Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Red Corner Show. I'm Dr. Shamila Ramjawan, a global award-winning entrepreneur and published author, founder of the Princess D Menstrual Cup, the Olympus International Awards, and your host here on the Red Corner Show. Today, we welcome Dr. Nida Batool Syed, an accredited mental health therapist, transformational coach, and the founder and CEO of Luminous Transformational Coaching, based in Manchester, United Kingdom. With more than 6 years of professional experience, Dr. Nida supports clients across the globe in overcoming stress, anxiety, trauma, PTSD, depression, and emotional overwhelm. She integrates clinical hypnotherapy, emotional freedom techniques, neuro-linguistic programming, coaching, and the Silva Method to help individuals rewire limiting patterns and step into lasting transformation. Offering sessions in English, Urdu, and Dutch, she creates inclusive and compassionate healing spaces. Beyond her one-to-one work, she is a respected speaker, workshop facilitator, and is currently expanding her impact through an academy focused on accessible mental health and mind science education. Welcome, Dr. Nida.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me here today.
It's awesome. I'm so looking forward to our chat, and I think you are just going to inspire so many people today. So to
Thank you.
begin, please, can you tell us a little about yourself in a nutshell?
Sure. So thank you for the beautiful introduction that you have given me already. I'm very passionate about what I do. I help clients globally and offer virtual sessions. And, the more I'm able to see people smiling again and, finding themselves, their authentic selves, the more I feel I'm on the right path because I feel this is my calling. Other than that, I love reading books, I love yoga, and I love socializing with other people.
I can hear you say it with such passion. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, what inspired you to establish Luminous Transformational Coaching, and what does Luminous Transformation mean to you?
Luminous transformational coach means to me helping people with finding their inner light and becoming their authentic self. See, we live in a society in which we are being told what to do. We are told who we have to be and when we have to be like this or like that. And I believe that everybody has their own journey, has their own pace, has their own purposes. So for me, the whole idea behind Luminous Transformational Coaching practice is to help people become who they actually getting to know themselves.
Thank you, Dr. Nida. That is so powerful. I love how you describe transformation, not just as a quick fix, but as an awakening from within. I think that is so amazing, and that, what you're doing for people. So, just the idea of helping people reconnect with their inner light is truly inspiring. And I think we need more people like you in the world, actually.
Thank you.
So, what first drew you into the field of mental health and transformational coaching?
I was always curious about what people are thinking, their behavior, where it's coming from. But to be very honest with you, from a very young age, I come from Pakistani background. So within our culture, it's very much about what would people say? What would people think? So to know what they would say or to know what they think, you need to understand what's happening in there, right?
Yes.
So I was at a very young age, I was always like, what is thinking? To setting them here and dive deep into what's happening in mind and what do they the way they so that at a very young age, I would say at the age of 9 or 10, led me slowly into the field of psychology.
Interesting. And it's often our personal experiences that shape our purpose. And
Mhm.
your journey into this field reflects both the courage and the compassion.
Yes, definitely.
You work with clients experiencing stress, anxiety, trauma, and depression. What is one common pattern you see across these challenges?
Not knowing what they're going through and why they're going through it. That's the main thing. Most of the time, when people are facing trauma, PTSD, or depression, they're just lost. And they have these just, they feel there's panic attacks, or they feel this strange numbness, and they have no idea where it's coming from. And they sometimes don't even know what happened. So the more I drill down, the more I go deeper while doing a session with someone, the more I'm able to find the root cause of it.
I believe that you make those personal connections, and it's sometimes so sad, when you have to hear the trauma that people actually experience.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. But the thing is, I'm grateful that I have had the training to be able to detach when a client is sharing all that baggage. I have to say, sometimes after a session, I need a good cry because I'm an empath, so I feel the pain like literally within my body. I feel it like my own pain.
Dr. Nida, so you work with clients experiencing stress, anxiety, trauma, and depression. What is one common pattern you see across these challenges?
Most of the times when they contact me, they feel stuck, they feel numb. There is a bit of feeling of maybe panic attacks, maybe a feeling of anxiety, but there is no clarity of where it's coming from. And, once they contact me and it's like, I don't feel anything anymore, I'm just completely numb. I know there is a root cause to it, but also another thing that I see very common in my clients is that they have no idea where it's coming from because when they seek out professional help, often it comes after bottling up lots of emotions and many events that have shaked them. So then throughout the session, when I have to drill down, I'm able to find and understand what the root cause is. Yeah.
Yes, that insight is so important for the audience to actually listen into this as well. Many people don't realize how deeply rooted patterns influence daily behavior and also the emotional responses.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
You integrate modalities such as clinical hypnotherapy, EFT, NLP,
Mhm.
and the Silva Method. I'm curious to know about the Silva Method. How do you use these approaches? How do they complement one another?
Okay, so basically in my practice, I mostly work on the subconscious mind. Now, 95% of what we do or the reason that we feel stuck is because of the programming in the subconscious mind. And many people are not aware of it. Many people think I make a decision to lose weight, I make a decision to move on, I make a decision that this relationship is not working for me, but yet I can't do what I think I want to do. And the reason is your subconscious mind that controls you 95% is actually running a complete different program. So with clinical hypnotherapy, NLP, Silva Method, with all these techniques, I mainly work on the subconscious mind to reprogram the mind itself so that people can get different results.
Mhm.
Because the more you're repeating something, even if it's toxic, the more it becomes stronger in your mind and the neural pathways wire strongly and strongly. So then to achieve a goal, which is in a complete different direction, it's going to be scary or you won't be able to do that because your mind only knows what it knows.
That is
Yeah,
incredible. I love how you have the blended approach in terms of blending science with practical tools. It makes
yeah,
healthy healing feeling both structured and accessible as well.
yes. Yeah, because the thing is, Shamila, to be very honest with you, um, I don't believe in labeling and I don't believe in one size fits all. I don't believe that. We are all unique. People come to me with trauma, PTSD, and you would say, okay, it's the main thing, it's the main root, it's the main technique. For example, EMDR, solve it, move on, next client. But that's not how it works because every client is going to respond differently to a modality. And that's why I have to blend in coaching with therapy. I have to blend in with psychology with holistic approaches because I need to see and understand what's going to work for my client because every mind is unique. Every person is unique.
Yes. Yes. I can also see you having sleepless nights.
Yes.
I know I'm also an NLP practitioner, so I know. So, for viewers unfamiliar with hypnotherapy or EFT, how would you explain their impact in simple terms?
So, people who do not know about clinical hypnotherapy, it's simple. The more you're in a relaxed state, the more you enter a state of your mind, which is open to absorbing, understanding, owning the information they're getting. Okay. Now, clinical hypnotherapy works on that state, the state that's between falling asleep and being fully awake. You know, when you feel like you're feeling a bit high, a bit tired, a bit like in between, that's where clinical hypnotherapy works because that's where hypnosis happens. But at the same time, it also happens when you're listening to a song, your favorite song, and you're completely into it. Your subconscious mind is open. And whatever you tell yourself or whatever you believe in that moment is being anchored more and more into your mind. And new neural pathways are being created. A simple example, listen to sad music. At some point, you will be so emotional, and you might not even be going through a breakup, but you will feel like your heart is just shattered. Why is that? Because while you were listening to it, your subconscious mind opened. Now your emotions, you're completely attuned with what you're listening continually, and it's becoming your reality. So with clinical hypnotherapy, we work on the subconscious mind so that whatever is being said and decided between the client and the therapist becomes the reality of the client. Now, with EFT, remember, trauma, we think trauma is only saved in our minds. We think we have been through a traumatic event and it's just in our mind. We need to have some therapy sessions and it's gone. Well, that's incorrect. Trauma is also saved in your body and it needs to get out of your body as well. Remember, your mind is one thing, but your body has a different mind as well. So just doing EMDR or just going to a psychologist or starting with medication is not enough. You need to release it from your body. And EFT is a very, very strong modality that helps you with releasing that pain from your body as well.
Love that explanation. It actually makes it sound less intimidating and it shows that healing can
Yeah.
be gentle yet deeply effective.
Yes, definitely. And that's what I want people to understand. You know, people often get scared when they hear the word therapy or healing. They're like, oh my gosh, I will have to revisit all my traumas, all my past hurts. No, it's not necessary.
Mhm.
Sometimes all you need to do is just some tapping and have a good cry, and you will be able to release the pain that you're holding within your body. And another thing that I would like to add, because I'm sure that it's going to help some of the listeners, is your body needs to be attuned with your mind and your soul. It's one circle. It needs to be also attuned with your intuition. When you're carrying pain, when you're suppressing your trauma, you're completely disconnected from your intuition. Now tell me, how is God or the universe going to communicate with you? And that's why it's important to make sure that mind, body, and soul are connected.
Mind, body, and soul has to be connected.
Yes, yes.
Dr. Nida, many people struggle silently. What are the early warning signs that someone should seek professional support?
When they start feeling actually already, you know, the thing is, um, everybody responds differently. So while you're asking me that question, I'm already have a couple of answers to it. First thing, when you know you need help, seek out help. Don't wait.
Mhm.
Don't. What I have noticed is that people wait, yes, I need therapy. Yes, I need support. And then they keep delaying it. And the more you're going to be delaying it, the more it's going to cost you. Second thing, if you start feeling numb, it should be alarming. That should be alarming. You shouldn't be thinking like, oh, I'm strong enough, I move, because we live in a society in which it's completely hyped, suppress your emotion, move on. You're strong, you're a go-getter, you're a hustler, you're a boss babe, all these titles. It's absolutely wrong, because the more you're going to suppress it, the more the pain is going to turn into chronic illness.
Mhm.
And there is a book called When the Body Says No by Dr. Gabor Mate. I would suggest everybody to read that book. The more you're going to suppress your pain, your trauma, everything, just because you want to be a go-getter or you have no choice but to be strong. See, sometimes in life we have no choice and we have to face the situation and we have to be strong, okay? But once the situation is settled, it's your responsibility to seek out professional help because you know you need it. And seeking out professional help is actually being strong, not suppressing it.
I so agree with you. It's such an important reminder for us. Seeking help is a strength, not a weakness.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Just whilst we're on books, okay, you were
Mhm.
recently a co-author in a book with Dr. Christina Quania. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that was an amazing experience. And book is rising. I have it here with me as well. I hope you can see it. Let me see. Yeah, Women Rising. This is the book. And I've written my very, very first time a chapter for the book. It was a great experience, but the chapter that I have written, I feel like every woman needs to read it because the chapter that's written is written with the idea of women being able to connect with their inner child. And I'm sure everybody that will be reading the chapter will be able to think, I wish I was told back then this. Oh, this is so true. And what I have done is I have not openly mentioned my struggles or pain or anything. What I have done is I have written a letter to my daughter that I may or may not have in this lifetime. I don't know what God's plan is, but I thought I need to write a letter. What would I tell my daughter about what's happening around the globe? How would I help her to protect herself? Be strong, yet have boundaries. Be strong, yet be aware of relationships. So that's what I did dive deeper into in that chapter because it's very hard. The time that we live in, it's very hard to decide what you will be teaching and preaching your children. What will you be telling them? And also, another purpose of that letter is there is a moment chapter. Obviously, I'm not going to the details, but there is a moment that I tell you, just look at the younger version of yourself. Close your eyes, and when you're ready, start reading the letter. The idea is that while reading the letter, you're also healing the inner child within you. So the little you, and you're also giving her the guidance and the support, the love that you may not have received from your parents. But you can still
Wow.
do that right now to yourself. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So I got the ebook. I
Yeah.
didn't get down to it yet. I just browsed through. I need to sit down and just focus. I love my quiet time and my space when I'm reading something. So it's just been quite
Yeah.
challenging in the last few days. But yes, definitely I am going to read your chapter. So looking forward to it.
Thank
But
you.
to the audience, the book is available on Amazon. If you want to grab a copy and read Dr. Nida's chapter, I'm sure you're going to take away lots of little nuggets from that chapter.
Definitely.
You offer sessions in multiple languages. How important is language in the healing process?
Very important, because the other person is only going to be able to accept and process if you speak their language. And when I say their language, I'm talking about the language the mind understands, not just the language that I'm speaking. Also, what I have noticed is some people, they just prefer to speak in their narrative language. They feel comfortable. They feel they can express themselves more.
Mhm.
So that's why in my practice, I have, Dutch, English, and Urdu, just so that a client that reaches out, whatever feels comfortable with them, I can communicate in that language.
It is so beautiful, healing in one's own language. I'm sure that can truly open the emotional depth and trust as well,
Yes. Yeah. And also, it gives someone the feeling of that you do understand where they're coming from,
for sure.
and they're able to trust you, and they're able to, because healing sessions, it's all about building that connection. It's all about building the trust,
Yes.
because only when someone feels comfortable, safe, and feels they can trust you, then that person is going to open up. And to be very honest, I used to previously work with male clients as well. Now I work only with women. But previously, when I used to work with male clients do not open up 1, 2, 3 unless they feel safe, secure. And with male clients, and this is something, it's my own experience with clients, and I don't know whether it's just me or other therapists experience this as well. With men, guiding them is pretty straightforward. You can tell them, do this is going on. And if they're really serious and if therapy is something they really want, okay, then achieving goals happens like this.
Mhm.
Whereas with women, it can be turbulent. It's a longer journey.
Yeah.
That's something I have noticed. And that's why I decided to work more with women, because I've noticed that my female clients, they prefer to stay longer with me, because they feel like they still need me, even though I tell them no. But still, the feeling of, that I have someone to talk to, I have someone that I can go to if I experience something, they just love to have that. Whereas with male clients, they just need to make sure that they're okay and they can move on. So there
Mhm.
is a huge difference in that. Yeah.
Yes. So, how long do you think, from your experience, how long does one
Mhm.
person need therapy for?
So, to be very honest, I always start with 6 sessions. Um, because one, you do not know what that person is actually going through and is willing to process. If someone comes with just stress or career goals, or wants to, or is just feeling stuck, and there is no trauma involved, there is no PTSD involved, then obviously 6 session is absolutely fine. It's mostly coaching and helping them regulate their nervous system, and you can just let them go. But if someone comes and it's just like, I have stress, I have anxiety, and I don't know where it's coming from, and we drill down and there is trauma, there's PTSD, and there is a baggage they have been carrying, and they come from dysfunctional family, and on top of that, they come from a toxic relationship, the more criteria is ticked, the more sessions they would need. Then I offer them a package of 8 or 12 sessions.
Now serve clients globally. Do you
Mhm.
notice cultural differences in how mental health is perceived?
100%. 100%. Oh, the you would think, if you would look on the socials, you would say people are talking about mental health, and there is mental health awareness, and there is so much support. But I still receive calls, and I will be very honest with you. I receive calls from Pakistan, from girls that cannot tell at home what they're going through, but they need help. I receive calls from India. All these cultures where mental health is taboo, it's still taboo. You're still crazy if you're having some mental health issues.
That's
Um,
ridiculous, really.
it is. And the thing is, the more we are talking about in the Western culture, we have started talking about it, okay?
Mhm.
But to be very honest, if we look at Middle East, if we look at South Asia, if we look at countries in which there is collectivistic culture, mental health is still taboo. You can't be having mental health issues because that's a shame, and that triggers guilt, and that triggers resistance. Sometimes people contact me from these countries and it takes them ages to even fill out a form. And to be very honest with you, people from the same culture here in the UK as well, they're going to book a 30-minute free consultation. And I know it's going to take another 2 to 3 months before they come for one single consultation
That is really,
because they feel ashamed.
that
Yeah,
is really sad. We talk about menstruation as well. It's still taboo in many areas, and it's
yeah,
something has to be done. Just to create that awareness and education around it, to reduce the stigma.
yeah.
Dr. Nida, it's such a great chat, and I'm so glad to have you on the Red Corner Show. You're also a speaker and workshop facilitator. How does group work differ from one-to-one sessions?
Oh, that's a very good question. So I prefer, to be very honest, one-to-ones because those are more intense. They're more tailor-made, and I can drill a lot more deeper into what someone is feeling and going through. Group session is good if you are scared of healing, if you are thinking about healing and you just want to try therapy, you just want to try coaching. In a group, um, you're giving out information, you're guiding, you're supporting. And when I do group sessions, I'm very much attuned with my intuition. And I do what I feel the group needs, but it's still not tailor-made. It's still not intense. So you might feel some changes, you might feel some shifts happening within your body, but it's still not as effective as one-to-one session. Yeah.
Right.
And in group sessions, what I have also noticed is people hesitate asking questions. Again, they feel shame, guilt, they're scared. They're scared of being judged. So there's lots of hesitation. So in groups, what often happens is majority remains quiet and there's always one or two questions. But then after a session, in the next couple of days, I do receive then questions through email or through Instagram.
I've
Yeah.
seen that different personalities. Okay, so you have
Yeah.
the introverts, you have the extroverts, and a lot of people, like you said, they have the fear of being judged.
Yeah, but also we cannot underestimate the fact how scary it is to talk about yourself, let alone talking about your pain.
Yes,
Yeah,
especially if it's something negative.
definitely, definitely.
Thank you for that. You're expanding into an academy focused on mental health education. What gap are you
Yeah.
aiming to fill?
Oh, this question, I love it. So, with everything that's happening around the globe and everything that we are witnessing, everything that we are hearing, everything that the news is telling us, the world has become very, very dark. Okay. Um, Obviously, I stay away from politics, news, etc., but I'm fully aware how people and their mental health is being influenced and how people feel lost, how they feel they want to do a lot, but they do not know where to start. They're just witnessing everything horrific happening around the globe, happening in their countries. Some of them are even experiencing things that are just horror. And they do not know, how do I heal myself? Where do I go? Where do I ask for help? So, having that in mind, I decided to start offering courses to people so that they can learn how to regulate nervous system, how to release pain, how to do some proper breathing techniques. And the idea is, see, I can't change the world, but if I only train one person and that one person starts influencing the community, it can make a huge, huge difference. Sometimes people know they need help, but they can't afford it. Sometimes people are just not in a country where the help is there, but I know, me being online and offering virtual services, I know I can launch an academy and offer scholarships to my students, offer, to the countries that cannot afford some courses online so that they know how to manage pain, how to manage what they're feeling, how to regulate their emotions, how to regulate themselves. So the idea is not only to get people certified as coaches, as therapists, but the idea is much deeper, to help people around the globe that need help by producing more people who can use all these modalities that I know. Yeah.
That vision is absolutely impactful. Education
Thank you.
creates empowerment, and empowerment creates lasting change. And that's what we want to do.
Yes.
And that is your vision.
Yes.
I hope everything works out for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Healing the world. That's what we need. What
Yeah.
advice would you give to someone who feels stuck but is afraid to begin their healing journey?
Start journaling. First thing, start writing down whatever you're feeling, write down. And, don't judge. You don't even need to read again what you have written. Just start writing it down. Release it, release it. And once you start writing, you will notice that the pressure on your shoulders has reduced. And once you start feeling that, now search online for some therapists, some coaches that offer free consultation, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Book a free consultation. You do not need to start immediately with the intense healing. That's not necessary. Just make a list of top 3, book 30 minutes or 40 minutes session. And once you have done that, ask yourself, with whom do I feel safe, secure? Which service can I afford? And once you have had the session, start with your healing journey. You can also do breathing techniques. You can also do yoga. You can do mindfulness techniques. But keep in mind, just awareness of that, I know I need this, and I'm just for now coping with this and this, is not enough. Because what you're now doing is you're just putting a band-aid on a wound. So
Yes.
it's not enough. It's temporary. You need to go deeper. That wound that you're carrying needs a much deeper healing. Okay? If you're not going to do that, just like a wound, it is going to get infected. So you can use all these free tools, all these free resources that are out there because you have had the awareness, which is a good thing. But once you have it, don't get stuck in this cycle, because many people get stuck in this cycle and they start trying things out. Retreats here, mindfulness there, a yoga retreat, this, that, and but they don't work on the main root cause. So they keep falling back into the toxic cycle. So once you know what you have tried, you have done some free consultations, you can afford it. Now move towards starting with the sessions. And remember, you do not need to tell everything. You do not need to revisit what you don't want to revisit. Yeah.
That is definitely reassuring. I think, when people think therapy, they think, oh, I've got to now pour my heart out and tell everything, tell my entire life history.
Yeah.
No, you do not need to do that.
No, not
I
at all.
also
Not at
I
all.
also like that you said take small steps and start by journaling, because when you start reflecting and writing, it's so great for the mind to now, write
Yeah.
down these things, and it comes back, and that is a big part of the healing process.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, the thing is, and I know you're going to agree with me on this, you're just releasing it. Your mind doesn't know the difference, whether you're telling it to someone or you're just writing it down. Your mind just knows you're releasing it, right? So that's all what you need to do. And, the more you're able to release, the more you will be able to get clarity. Because otherwise, at some point, you will start experiencing brain fog, you will feel stuck, numb, and all this overthinking will happen. And, you won't be able to find a solution because you're just repeating the same loop over and over again.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot become a forward thinker if you haven't resolved what's behind you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely small steps often lead to the biggest transformations.
Yes.
Finally, Dr. Nida, what message would you like to leave with our global audience today?
Yeah, so I would say if you know you need help, you need support, do not hesitate. Do not. And if you have any questions related to mental health or related to whatever you're going through and you're not sure what type of therapy method would be effective for you, don't hesitate. Reach out to me, ask me the question. I'm not going to, I will be very honest with you. I would love to answer all your questions than to leave you today with lots of questions. So make sure that whatever comes up to your mind, reach out to me, ask these questions. I would be happy to direct you, whether it's a coaching that you need, is it therapy that you need, which modality would be effective for you, where to start. I would give my 100% to help you to get out of that stuck mindset, because nobody deserves to be stuck. We all are born authentic. We all have that light within us. And all we need to do is connect with it and become a voice so that we become stronger and not only heal ourselves, but also other people around us.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you for that powerful message. It surely reminds us that healing is possible, growth is possible, and transformation is within reach. Now, we're talking about within reach, and you put out an offer. How does one get hold of you?
So simple, drop me a message on Instagram, ltc.therapist. All DMs will come to me, ask questions, follow me, and my services are mentioned on Instagram as well. So do not hesitate, just reach out with your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Nida. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience?
So last thing, again, there are lots of people out there offering free consultations, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Please reach out to them. And for the women out there, make sure that you grab the book Women Rising, because this book, it has many, many transformational stories in it. It's going to help you with seeing life from a different perspective. We haven't just written these chapters because we wanted to. We have written these chapters because we know each and every person that will be reading them will feel how strong they are. Sometimes that's all what we need. Sometimes we just need to see strong women to be able to believe in ourselves. So make sure that you grab the book, because everything written in that book is going to help you transform your life and believe in yourself.
Absolutely. And I'm also so proud to say that I have a chapter in the book. So
Yes.
read my story as well. Thank you, Dr. Nida. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, your heart, and your expertise with us today. To our viewers around the world, remember that your mental health matters, your story matters, and your healing journey is worth investing in. So please contact Dr. Nida for professional services, and she will get you back on track. If you have a story, expertise, or journey you would like to share with us on the Red Corner Show, I would like to interview you. Please email redcornershow@gmail.com. Until next time, bye. Bye, Dr. Nida.
Bye. Thank you.